Alright, welcome back to Drumard. Again, we're going to be looking at some mods. We see we've got the soy milk plant up and running. It hasn't been running too long, so it's not a lot there. But we're going to just get some of the milk. And for that, we're going to use another mod. So I'm going to just quickly jump over to the shop, where we are going to do a little bit of buying. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some of the GTX mods today. Now they do a whole load of IR stuff, and this particularly nice truck. So we're going to have that. I'm not worried about IR use only. That's all we want it for, but you can use it for anything. You could limit or unlimited. Main colour, we'll leave it blue. You've got chrome wheels or steel wheels, design standard, spotlight bar, beacon light bar. I think we're good with a lot on that. Now this is a particularly nice one. As you see, I've magicked a bit more money in. I think we did actually buy it. Oh yes, there it is. This is a particularly nice model. And we'll just hop in. As you see, this is for IR stuff, and just hop in and look inside. Alright, let's turn the lights on. Full lit interior. Just turn it on, and everything lights up, and you got what looks like a rev counter there. Just turn it off again, turn it on again, just to show off that I can actually turn stuff on and off. And we will look. Well, I'm not certain what. Oh, that's pressure. Of course, that is pressure, brake pressure. So we've got everything works in this. And I mean everything. Alright. Indicators. Turn the wheel back again to straight. See, indicators showing, both together. Strobe lights. Let's just come outside. See, all showing. Turn them off again. Lights showing up on there, and as you turn on more and more of the stuff, and let's see what this one is. Oh, there's side lights and everything. This is a particularly nice model. I really like this. No, that's not the only trick in the book. Let's just take this off. Watch the mirror. Let's just get so we can see it. You can turn them in and out using left and right. Oops. Oh, I think we may have to just put that to this other. Let's change this over to the alternate better. Should be turning this other set. There we go. Yeah, got this up and down, not side to side. So you can actually have full control over your mirrors. So we can just see the back of the wagon. So in theory, you should be able to drive as you would normally. So we just put the brake on, turn all the lights off, turn the engine off, and we're going to do a bit more buying because I want one more thing from here as yet. Now we have all these on PCSG. Well, we don't have the Volvo kit. That's on Mod Hoster. But as things have been updated, they are coming over to PCSG from GTX Modding. There's a new IR lot out from LS Modding, and it looks like a collaboration between GTX and LS. We have all those, but I'm not going to bother with it. Let's see what we got here. No, what I want is another tank. This is all the stuff for the IR, and as you can see, it's a full set, and I think I showed some of these off last time. What I want is multi-use. I want one of these. I'm going to main colour white. Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, let's have pink, shall we? Just a little bit of whimsy. And if we come out, there we are. White with pink writing. These are particularly nice. I'm using these more and more now rather than the LS tanks. I particularly like these because you can use these on either with a tractor with the proper IR trailer, which is what I'm using on Blickling. We'll just hop back in here again, switch it on, and attempt to back under. And I'm going to come out of cab for this because you all know my driving. And we're going to take this back and we're going to try and get some of the soy milk out. There we are. Let's hook it up. And get back into well, before we get back in the cab, we'll just back up a bit. Now let's get back in the cab and see if we can get down to get round where we want to go without crashing everything. Now this is the limited speed edition, so we're not going to go too fast. So basically we want to copy the British speed limits. This is the one to go for. If you want no speed limits, you just go for the other option. There's two options on this as well, two main options, and that's the number of axles. We're not going to be carting anything too fast, and I did turn all the traffic off, I seem to recall. But as you see, all the dials are working. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. I've got to remember I've got to turn off up here. There we are. Oh, hit the wrong one. That's the one I wanted. This is just use the indicators. That's a hair. But this is a very, very nice pack. This is the Volvo vehicle pack by GTX Mods on ModHub hoster, and it's officially only available on Mod Hoster. When there's an update to it, if there's an update to it, and frankly I can't see how they could update this, to be honest. It will come over to us at PCSG. Andy, who is main mover in GTX, has agreed that their mods, as they update them, will be on PCSG, and thank you very much, Andy, for that. And shall we say that GTX has a very simple philosophy. I wish I could say that. I can say that. They won't rip anybody off, any other modder off. All the stuff they got has to be fully credited, and they have to have full permission to do whatever they want to do with it. They won't do converts for you, and I can't see where I'm going here. I'm going to have to come out of cab. It's not the mod, it's me. I'm an awful driver. Oh, because I didn't go anywhere near wide enough. That's it. We're in. And they test all their stuff. All their stuff is guaranteed to work on the multiplayer as well as solo. Actually, I should have went the other way, shouldn't I? Oh, well, we'll go across the sheep field, the sheep meadow. Don't know if I've got how much milk we got. Oh, let's just have a look. Can't see because I've got that up. Let's just get rid of that for a moment. Oh, I've got some milk. Oh, we'll get it from here anyway. I like leaving that up. I like to check that the gearbox is working fine. This is a very old version of Gearbox Mod. There's our little woolly crunchies, as Mel's mate species calls them. We're going to have a look at some other GTX stuff in a moment, but we're just going to get some milk across into the factory. No, I didn't leave myself much room here. Oh, you might have noticed I sold the tanker I had here. I decided it's going to be easy to use all of these things. I don't remember where the dish you pick up from. Come out of the cab for a moment to see if I can see. Must be further along. You wouldn't on this farm have this sort of thing. They have one excellent thing to have, the milk bit. They have one excellent thing if you've got a big map, GTX. They have a proper road train, an Australian style road train. You want to cart a load of stuff about, that's the one for you. No, technically it's going to be hard. It is hard to load it up. Not much in there at the moment. In fact, it doesn't even show in there, but let's just hop out and have a proper look inside here. Fuel tank. Milk tank must be here. It's just separates and all that. All your effluent goes out here. This really is. This is because LS mods, so it's by Slow Tide. One of his excellent mods. He really does do things different. I swear he must be from Norfolk, because I'm currently saying this Norfolk do different, and he always does. I think this lifts and all, I'm not certain. I want this one. Oh yeah. Well, oh no, we're going back in the truck. I thought there was a lift there anyway. We'll get out and get back in this truck and see if we can get out without running over the edge. Normally I wouldn't have positioned quite as close as this. We're going to see where we tip this off. Over here. Here, but it looks of it. I'm going to keep the F1 menu up. I'm going to come out of cab again. That's loading, that's not right. And we want, there is another tool to go with this, by the way. I say tool, there's another. Just check where you put this in. Should have checked all this before. Loading zone. Loading zone, yeah, that's the milk. Not inside here, is it? Honey goes in there. This looks like milk and honey. Not certain what goes in here. Let's just check that there's nothing around the back. Oh, there's nothing around the back because I haven't left myself any space. We have to just drive past very, very carefully and see if we can find where this goes. This is another typical Merman mess up. Yes, I forgot to get the last part of this, which is a tank, especially for moving the honey in it. Ah, here we are. Ah, unload milk. So we know we've got milk in there, not a lot, but we have some in there. And what we do is might as well park this back under here, and we're going to find the last. There's 2 more parts of this B kit. It is a big kit. Make no mistakes about it. It's a very big kit. You don't need the soy milk plant to run it. You can run it on ordinary milk, but just so I want to show this off as well, I'm just going to pack that in there like so. Stop it. I'll probably fill it up again. I hope I left myself enough room to get out. And whilst we're at it, we'll just find where the rest of that is now. Not under placeables. I think it would be under miscellaneous or tanks. So that's universal. Don't think it's in here. Just got to remember where it actually is. Try miscellaneous. There's something that looks like a B, or it should be. There should be a tank to this. It isn't actually under placeables, is it? I'm talking to myself now, because I'm desperately wishing I had done a little bit more research before I start. There should be a proper tank to this, and I cannot see it at the moment. Animals. Oops. Oh. Here we are. This is the one we want. This is the slow honeybee tank. This will do the water milk and honey milk. So we have one of those and all. And we're going to pick it up later. We've got the JCB doing nothing, so I can pick that up. And the last thing we want to do is a placeable here, which is the sell point. Now, normally you put the sell point where you've got population, but I'm not going to. I'm going to find the slow sell. There we are. I'm not going to put it over here because that's a bit too close, but middle of the I was going to say I could have put it a bit middle of the sheet. In fact, what we'd do is we put it down on this one, because it doesn't have to be anywhere special. If we've got somewhere fairly flat to put it, it does really work best with a flat area. This looks reasonably flat. Let's try it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. We'll just go and have a look at that. Then we'll have a look at some more Andy's stuff, GTX Mod stuff. And the bees are working well. We've got some honey there. I'm not certain we've got enough yet to start up, but we'll leave everything running for a day or two. Let's put the speed up a bit. Can't jump through there. There we are. This is the sell point. Let's slow down to normal speed. And you offload round here, and this is where I think it sells over time, and we'll look at that later. And the actual business end where you sell the stuff it's round here. And this is a very, very well done thing. The slow tide, as I said several times, doesn't do the ordinary stuff. Not for him. It's yet another John Deere. For him is, let's see what we can do, what's different. And talking about doing what's different, I'm just going to move back over here and we'll have a quick look at some of the GTX modding stuff. I think I left myself enough room. Alright, so back to placeables. Oh, I was going to show the road try and stuff. I'm not going to buy this because it's a big kit. Two trucks, and it's now A and B. Now A's, you can directly connect any other part of the kit to it on the fifth wheel. Or we're not in Britain, the fifth wheel. Not something we call it the rest of the world. Or you have like this, which you can have with or without. Let's just show you one. Design. Attach a standard or back attacher. If you have the back attacher on, you can then fit one of these on and you can lengthen it even more. And you've got bulk transport, and what these also do, they change to what's inside them. Liquid transport, animal transport, flat trailer, all with tension belts of course, and log. And there's two of each, 1A, 1B. And you should, I think Farmer Klein done an excellent video when this came out. I think it's Farmer Klein. And look up his videos and you can see exactly what you can get. Now we're going to go to placeables when I remember where we are, placeables. And we're going to have a look at some of Andy stuff, GTX Mod. Now you've got these stations here. Now these are cheaper to buy in game, but they're so big, these things. Let's give you an for instance, you've got this here, it's big, and you also need plenty of room to back in and put stuff in. So we won't have that. So we take that out. Now this is a cattle mixing one. This is the TMR one. Now in comparison, and we will drop one of these in, this is small. And we have these on PCSG basically because the early ones, when you place them on grass, didn't get rid of the grass. These ones do. And I'm just trying a fairly flat bit to put it on to make it look at its best. Here we do. There we are. And we have next to it, we have the pig version of the same thing. And we just turn that round and find somewhere to put it. Oh wait, that's not that flat here, I don't think. Not ain't too bad. So we drop it in here. There we are. And we have a closer look at both of those. You'll see one of these on my Blickling series, and when we get pigs we will have one on there as well. Now pig one down by the pigs takes grass, hay, straw and silage, and it can take bales or loose. You don't actually have to tip in, you just tip slightly in front. The trigger area is about here, about where I'm standing now. And if we come over here, you can see actively. You can have a manual or auto filling. And here we have, when it's running, these are all light up, and you can see just at a glance what's in there. It's an excellent kit, really is. And the pig one is just about the same, but this takes barley wheat, potato sugar beet, corn, soybean, and all of those will add up to make you your pigs a lovely meal. And same again, stand under near the spout. You can put auto or manual. If you've got a place, if you put one of these in a place where you're going to be moving a lot of stuff about, leave it on manual. If there's somewhere where the only thing you're going to do to go near this to load up with it, put on auto is what I would suggest. Now we're going to have a look at another one of their great mods, and it's one I'm using on Synoptica Not. I'm not using it on Blickling because it's a bit too big and looks a bit too modern. Here we are, and you see new version. This, if a version 1.5, they destroy grass when they stand on it, and it's this. Now this is, I'm not too worried where we put it. We just leave it here. This is excellent. Actually, I'd put it on a slightly flatter bit normally, but because we have got a bit of a lip on one side here. That's not too bad. Now these, as you approach the tractor, to wit, find a tractor, and there goes the phone, and hopefully someone will answer it. Yes. I think we'll go this way. It's going to be easier. Just take this down. Go through the gate up here and hope I can get round. I always crash into the gates here, so when I do it again, don't be surprised. I always misjudge this. Yeah, we're done again. You can't actually swing round in the JCB very well. Someone's going to say yes you can, you're completely wrong. I can't. Simple like that. Now we'll just watch those bollards as we approach them. There we go. They're gone. And when you're on, the other set disappears. And this is where you tip your grass, your soil, your chaff, your hay. Because this is a fermenting silage silo, if I hadn't already said. Not just a fermenting silo silage. Excuse me. But one will also give you digitate. And what's up with these sheep? Oh, wool's full. Oh, it's pallets just full of the wool. See, it takes grass, dry grass, which is hay or chaff. Digitate and silage come out. This, again, is excellent bit of kit. I use this, as I say, on Sunofka not. On Blickling I used to use the someone else's silage silo, which is looks a bit smaller. Well, it is a bit smaller. That's a bit big to fit into Blickling. Let's see what else we got here. I haven't really shown these off properly. Let's have a look at these. This is for the IARC kit, the standard stuff, the standard man trailer, low hitch twin axle, high hitch twin axle, pulpit the extra container, because you can carry several containers, and it's just a twin axle wagon and a triple axle low wagon. They're not the exciting bit. This is a bit, and I have shown this a few times. This is all your IR stuff. I'm not going to go through the lot, but you can see there is a shed load of it. Absolute shed load. Again, one of the PCSG guys done a very good video, and it might well have been Farmer Klein again, who done a load of these special videos, and that is excellent stuff. What else? Have we got anything else in there I should really show off? You can tell I really am prepared for this. One thing I should just go and do is go and get that honey trailer. We'll have a look at Black Sheep and Johnny V in the next one. But most of this stuff is available on PCSG, not all of it, but enough to make it worthwhile. And this one isn't available, but this is another one of Slow Tide stuff. Excellent kit from small sacks of feed, and this is excellent if you want to make your own small sacks, if you run a small farm and you don't want these big pallets like this on the farm. Right, we're just going to hook into this again. If I left myself enough room to get out, and we'll end up with just going back for that honey trailer. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this on this map is I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near harvest before I finished with this series, or before the end of July. So I decided let's look at some mods. I haven't done that for a while. I'm not one for doing mod tests on screen very often, because it's a personal thing, mods. Now, I like all these mods. In a perfect farm, I'd have the lot, but I can't. And I would say, if you're in the lookout for mods, if you go with, there's several that you can go with, and I would say SOB, LS Modding Company, GTX Mods, Johnny V, Stevie, although he's of course officially retired. Any of those, and you're going to get a good mod. You're going to get a mod. You could be 99.9 recurring % certain it's going to work. You can never be 100% because there's always something that might just slip through. And I also add Realismus with their seasons, the Courseplay development guys, Decker. Sorry, not Dexter. Decker. I'm thinking of species cat. Dexter. Decker. Any of those guys, you can be certain it's going to be good mods. There are others, but they're the ones I particularly look out for. Oh, Upside Down, although he's mainly, I think he's now playing mainly with cattle and crops, doing stuff for that. Oh, we're almost to the store. And what I'll do, I'll try and play a little bit on this advanced time a bit to get enough honey to put into the thing. We'll just play with it for a while so we can get the work as it should. There we are. This is the slow honey cart. Now, if you're Norfolk, you know what honey cart actually means in Norfolk. If old Boar's watching him, will probably know. I think he's of an age to know about the honey cart. For those who don't, in the good old days, we didn't have everybody on main sewage. We had little tanks in the gardens, and the honey cart used to come around to empty them out. Night soil, I think it's also called in more polite circles, but that's what we called it. I'll take this back. I'll get me screenshot back at the yard. But I should go and have a look to GTX Mod's actual website. And oh yes, before I forget, LS will. Papa Bear said he will help to support for LS mods, as will Slow Tide on PCSG in English. Although they both, I think they're both actually German, and very nice, or German speaking anyway, very nice guys. They will help there. And our friendly Aussie Andy from GTX has said he will support his mods on both their own site and PCSG. So if you have any problems with those, you got a choice. You can either go to, with the Andy stuff, either go to his own site or come to us, post on there that you've got a problem with it. We have a proper system where you can post under each mod if you've got a problem, and he will look at it and say, yeah, Phil, you got that wrong, or yeah, you're right, there's a problem, I will fix it. And LS will be the same. Might take slightly longer if I want to farm Randy's, because that will have to go back to him to say, look Mod Father, this isn't working quite right. Can you do anything about it? Oh, well, not there. Next one. In one of these days I'll learn where I'm meant to be going. So we've done GTX and LS so far. So I'll have a look at some of my other favourite modders next time. Johnny V, not a great output, but all his stuff works, and he's a great fiddler with maps. He is actually, I would say, one of the top map fiddlers who alter maps to do what he wants them to do. Right, now I'm gonna shut this down, come out, get a shot, and I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like, and get rid of that. Nothing else shown now. Where should we take this from? Oh, actually, I thought I'd be better off if I'm talking mainly about Andy's stuff this time, or GTX modding stuff. Keep saying like Andy, but he's just one of the team. He's not the team, he's one of the team, and there's a dude that we can get all three items into one shot. Yeah, that will do nicely. Any if you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. I really must learn to finish off sentences before I start the next one. And all these have got lights on, by the way, which work. And if you want to see them working, certainly this one will be used a lot. It's being used a lot on Blickling. This has been used on Snuff-Knot, but that series ends at the end of July, so we haven't got too long to keep an eye on that. This one will be coming to Blickling when we start Pigs. Right, yes. If you're not subscribed, but if you wish to join in the madness and the general what the hell am I doing feeling, feel free to subscribe. Always happy to have more people aboard. If you've got any comments, questions or queries about anything I've shown here today, feel free to post. I will attempt to answer. I can't answer everything because I don't know everything. I'm just a thick Norfolkian. I'm just on a little run around to have a look to see what else we've got about here. Oh, come on, back up here again. Whoops, there we are. There, I'm a steeple chaser. With that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.